Start today's topic, and today I am going to teach you about UTI. And remember, this UTI, it is very important. UTI is the most important topic in the renal. So remember, it is one of the out questions for your final examination. So there is always asking a question from this UTI. Define UTI, list the causative agent of UTI, and laboratory diagnosis of UTI. And this is the single most disease in the microbiology from renal and electrolytes. And it is also very easy and very simple to learn, to understand, and it is also the most common disease, UTI. So before going to discussing in detail, let us know a little bit about the UTI. What is the UTI, and what is the causative agent of UTI, and what are the different types of UTI? So as all of we know that UTI, it stands for urinary tract infection. UTI stands for urinary tract infection. Thus, if you define UTI, very simply, UTI is defined as any infection in the urinary tract, or any infection in the urinal system, or their parts, or their organ, or their tissue is known as UTI. एकदम सिंपल छ. UTI भने के त any infection in the urinary tract, their site, their tissue, their organ, or their parts is known as urinary tract infection. And remember, urinary tract infection is most commonly characterized by the bacteriuria and pyuria. So कुनै पनि urinary tract को इन्फेक्सन भयो भने दुईटा मेजर सिम्पटम्सहरु हुन्छ, that is pyuria and bacteriuria, which means UTI infection, it is mainly characterized, or it is mainly identified, or it is mainly diagnosed by pyuria and bacteria. That means by examination or detection of pus in the urine, or by detecting bacteria in the urine. Pyuria means presence of pus in the urine is known as pyuria, and bacteriuria means presence of bacteria in the urine is known as bacteriuria. So UTI, urinary tract infections, which is the most common infection of the human beings. So it is urinary tract infection is the infection of urinary tract, or their parts, or their sites, or any part of infection in the urinary tract is known as urinary tract infection. And there are different types of urinary tract infections. They are classified on the basis of symptom, on the basis of severity, on the basis of location of the sites. So although there are various methods on which you can classify UTI. For example, you can classify on the basis of symptom as asymptomatic UTI, symptomatic UTI. On the basis of severity, you can classify it as chronic UTI, or the severe UTI, or the mild UTI. So although there are various methods for classification of UTI, UTI is most commonly categorized or classified on the basis of involvement of the organ or site. So as you know that UTI, it is the infection in the urinary tract. So on the basis of involvement of infection in the site or in the organ, UTI are broadly classified. UTI are broadly classified as upper UTI and the lower UTI. So UTI on the basis of involvement of their sites or organ, UTI are broadly classified as UTI broadly classified as UTI broadly classified as on the basis of involvement of the organ upper UTI and lower UTI. This is mainly on the basis of involvement of the organ. So upper UTI is the urinary tract infection. Urinary tract infections in which upper part of the urinary tract are most commonly infected, or infection is localized to the upper part of the respiratory tract, most commonly kidney and ureter. So in case of upper urinary tract infection, generally kidney and ureter are infected. And you know that infection of kidney, it is known as pyelonephritis, and infection of ureter, urethritis. So pyelonephritis and urethritis is the upper urinary tract infection. Similarly, in case of lower urinary tract infection, just like upper urinary tract infection, in case of lower urinary tract infection, infections are mainly localized to the lower part of the upper respiratory tract, or upper urinary tract, or upper part of the urinary tract. For example, in case of just like lower upper part, kidney and ureter, in case of the lower urinary tract infection, the most commonly infected parts are bladder and urethra, urinary bladder and urethra, which is also known as cystitis and the urethritis. Cystitis and the urethritis. So remember, there are two types of UTI, and they are mainly classified on the basis of involvement of the organ. So in case of lower urinary tract infection, generally bladder and urethra are infected. In case of upper respiratory tract infection, kidney and ureter are infected. So this is about the types of UTI. But as I told you that UTI, it is mainly characterized by or diagnosed by two symptoms. They are known as pyuria, presence of pus in the urine, and another is known as bacteriuria. Another is known as bacteriuria. So these are the two common features of UTI. So now let us move towards the bacteriuria and UTI. So as you know that major organ of urinary tract is kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. These are the major part of urinary tract or urinal system. Among that, remember, these parts are highly contaminated with bacteria. Urethra is heavily colonized with bacteria, whereas bladder and above that part are sterile. Remember, urinary bladder are sterile normally. There is no presence of any bacteria, but urethra is highly contaminated. Thus, what happens? Urine of a person can never be sterile. Urine कहिले पनि sterile हुँदैन. ब्लाडर स्टेराइल हुन्छ जहाँ युरिनको स्टोर हुन्छ ब्लाडरमा. ब्लाडर इज स्टेराइल but urine is never sterile. Why urine is never sterile? Because when urine passes through the urethra, it contaminated with bacteria. That's why urine is always contaminated, which means there is presence of large number of bacteria. There is presence of large number of bacteria in urine of healthy person. Large number of bacteria in normal urine. अब नर्मल युरिनमा पनि के देखियो त ब्याक्टेरिया धेरै मात्रामा धेरै नम्बरमा हुन्छ. 1000, 10,000, 20,000, 25,000 यसरी ब्याक्टेरियाहरू नर्मल मान्छेको युरिनमा पनि भेट्छ, किनभने युरिन क्यान नेभर बी स्टेराइल. नाउ क्वेश्चन अराइज, अब युटिआई हुने बेलामा पनि ब्याक्टेरियुरिया हुन्छ, पायुरिया हुन्छ, तर यहाँ त नर्मल मान्छेको पनि युरिनमा देख्यो नि त ब्याक्टेरिया. देन हाउ विल यु डिफरेन्शिएट वेदर the bacteria which is isolated from the urine is due to the UTI or it is the normal contaminants or it is the normal flora. So remember one important things, CAS and MARPL. इसको solution CAS मार्पल यो साइंटिस्ट को नाम हो. कास मार्पल एंड सैंडफोर्ड याद राख्ने है, यो साइंटिस्ट को नाम हो. यो साइंटिस्टले के गर्यो त, जुन ब्याक्टेरियुरिया जुन युटिआई सँग रिलेटेड छ, उले के गर्यो त, साइंटिस्ट classified bacteriuria. CAS, MARPL and Sandford classify bacteriuria as non-significant bacteriuria. Remember or note down, non-significant bacteria, and another is significant bacteriuria. Significant and non-significant, significant and another one is doubtful significant. So significant, first let us know about non-significant and significant. What do you mean by non-significant bacteria and what do you mean by significant bacteria? Then I will only discuss about the low significant and doubtful significant. So first, what is the non-significant bacteriuria? According to Cass, Marple and Sanford, non-significant bacteriuria means the number of bacteria in 1 ml of MSU is less than 10 power 4 CFU, less than 10 power 4 CFU per ml MSU is known as non-significant bacteriuria. भन्नुको मतलब MSU, later you will study about this while discussing about the sample collection. So MSU is known as mid-stream urine. के भनिरहेछ त एकदम राम्ररी कन्टामिनेटेड फ्री भएर यदि मिड स्ट्रिम युरिन कलेक्ट गरेको छ भने त्यो युरिनमा ब्याक्टेरियल काउन्ट गर्दाखेरि 10,000 या 10,000 भन्दा कम ब्याक्टेरिया 1 ml युरिनमा देखियो भने त्यसलाई के भनिन्छ त नन सिग्निफिकेन्ट ब्याक्टेरियुरिया. Non-significant means it is not due to the UTI. यो नर्मली हुने ब्याक्टेरियाहरू भयो. Non-significant means it is not due to the UTI. यो UTI नभए पनि नर्मल युरिनमा यतिसम्म ब्याक्टेरिया देखिन्छ. यो त के भयो, कति मैले भने less than or equal to 10 to the power 4 CFU colony forming unit per ml of mid-stream urine. So this is known as non-significant. In case of what do you mean by significant bacteriuria? So significant bacteriuria means the presence of more than 10 to the power 5 CFU colony forming unit of bacteria per ml of MSU mid-stream urine is known as significant bacteriuria. This is known as significant bacteriuria. Significant bacteria means when there is infection in the urinary tract, then you will obtain more than 1 lakh bacteria in 1 ml of mid-stream urine, clean catched mid-stream urine. So this is known as significant bacteriuria. So now you can also define UTI as UTI is a significant bacteriuria. UTI is a condition in which there is significant bacteriuria. That is, during UTI, one can isolate more than 1 lakh bacteria in 1 ml of clean catched mid-stream urine. So this is known as significant. Non-significant means less than 10,000 and significant means more than 1 lakh. Now another bacteriuria which is also known as low significant bacteriuria. Under significant there is low significant bacteriuria although this is not so important, but you must have to remind under significant bacteria there is low significant bacteria, which means presence of 10 to the power 4, 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 5 bacteria. 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 5 CFU per ml of clean catched mid-stream urine. So less than 10 to the power 4 is non-significant, more than 10 to the power 5 is significant, then between 10 to the power 4 to 10 power 5 is known as low significant bacteria. There is UTI, but bacterial count is in the lower limit, or bacterial count not in the so high number. So this is known as low